Warning, this video may contain foul language and mech-on-mech mayhem. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey MechWarriors, this is Fuzzy Nova. Welcome to MechWarrior Online. And today we've got a real treat. I am busting out the party mech, bringing you one of the greatest mechs ever made. This is the Orion IIC. This variant is the classic 2C variant, the original Orion IIC. Let me start off by saying that this is an amazing mech. I've always done fairly well in the Orion IIC, and I've basically done all the variants. This variant right here, honestly the C variant is my favorite, but we're not going to get into that. All of them are great, but this one's really good. And I've always said I would definitely recommend this for one of your first mechs. It doesn't have to be the first one, but if you are a new pilot and you are new to the game, Orion IICs are fairly easy to use. You can play any role you want in them. You can play a large variety of roles, whether it's long range, support, brawling, anything you want. And they are very strong mechs. They've got some a lot to offer. I've always said that. So yeah, I'm busting out the Orion IIC. This is a good variant, and I've got a really good build for all you brawlers out there. And you know what? I've done a few brawl builds in the Orion IIC, and I've also done some long range builds. But the Orion IIC is definitely a pro at brawling, and we're talking about some brawling. And I like brawling in this mech. It's great. It's very, very fun. But the design of the Orion IIC, on the other hand, let's look at the other side of this. The design is rather odd. And I've always said that about this mech. It looks like it's pieced together oddly. But honestly, that's how a lot of BattleTech designs actually looked. And the Orion IIC is kind of kept to that. It's definitely got, every part of this mech looks like it's from a different mech. The left arm, the right shoulder, the left shoulder. The cockpit is off to the right of the mech, and you have your missile hardpoints. On this variant, the missile hardpoints are, of course, on your left shoulder. And it's an odd looking design, but I still love it. It's an ugly mech, but I love this mech. I think everyone does. I don't think there's anything bad to say about the Orion IIC. And even the Inner Sphere Orion. Of course, I like the Orion IIC better, but the Inner Sphere Orion, the regular Orion, is a very good mech as well, for all you Inner Sphere pilots out there. And I actually recently switched. I'm not going to get into that either, but I dropped out of Ghost Bear, and I am now loyal to House Davian and Steiner, on this account at least. But with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the build I got for this one. This is my party build. So the Orion IIC is a 75 tonner. 75 tons, which is 75 ton mechs are always fun. The Orion IIC comes with 1 ballistic, 3 energy, and 3 missiles. Now, the stock build is actually pretty good, but the stock build for this variant right here was basically a long range build. It came with a Gauss rifle, it came with 2 large lasers, it came with an LRM-20 and an SRM-4. So it was definitely directed towards a long range build. That's what it was. It was long range. I really wasn't feeling that. And it's a good build and all, but I don't feel like playing long range in Orion IIC tonight. So what I did is I basically took everything. Actually, I took everything off. And instead of, and actually before I made this build, I was trying something else. But this one seems to be like, this build right here seems to be very, very good, and it works really well. And the heat management's great on it. And the stock build, the heat management was crap. It's not really worth it. A lot of the times, whatever. Let's just talk about the build that I got. I've been working all day. I'm kind of tired. Alright, so I took off the Gauss rifle. I added an LBX 20. Now, I was kind of wondering if I should go AC 20 or LBX 20, but when you're brawling, LBX autocannons work very well. So we do have an LBX 20, the most powerful ballistic weapon right here in my right torso. Very powerful weapon. And since I'm brawling, the optimal range for LBX 20s is 360 meters, which is about the range that I that's where I want to be in. I'm going to be in that range most of the match. So this is definitely one of those builds where you're going in, and once you're in, you're in. You've got to be close. For our energy weapons, we have 3 energy hardpoints. I went with 3 ER medium lasers. Now, why wouldn't I keep both ER large lasers on there? Well, ER large lasers, yeah, they do 10 points of damage apiece, but they're not very good for brawling. When you're brawling, at least in my opinion, from what I experienced, when you're brawling, you definitely want to use pulse lasers or ER mediums, because they only weigh a ton each, and the heat management on them is it's a lot better. So yeah, I wasn't keeping the 2 ER large lasers on there. They were causing way too much heat, and the duration on them, it wasn't a viable weapon for this build. So I put 3 ER medium lasers, 2 in the right arm, 1 in the left. Now for our 3 missile hardpoints, I took off the LRM-20 and the SRM-4. No LRMs on this whatsoever. We are using 3 SRM-6. Now, it was a choice between SRMs or Streak SRMs, and I've already done a build with Streak SRMs on the Orion IIC, which was it was actually the trial Orion IIC, and that's a pretty good video. I did very well on that, and that was an LBX and Streaks. But this time we are using just regular SRMs. I feel I have more control with regular SRMs. I don't have to wait for that damn lock, and sometimes you can't get a lock, and then you're shit out of luck. You can't use your SRMs. So we're using 3 SRM-6s. For our ammo, I've got 4 tons of LBX 20 ammo. I've got 3 tons of SRM ammo. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 clan double heat sinks. All this together puts my heat management at 1.35 out of 2, which is pretty good. Pretty damn good. We are working with ferrofibers, double heat sinks, and endo steel. Don't really care about the Artemis for the SRMs. It works fine. We are working with the standard 300 engine, 64.8 kph. And armor points. Armor points are very important on the Orion IIC. So I'm leaving 10 points in the rear. I know brawl builds usually have less, but I want 10 points in the rear. I want a little bit extra back there in case I do have to turn around. It's not usually what I do, but for this one I'm doing it like that. I got 93 in this front in the CT, I got 62 in my right torso, I got 66 in my left, 54 in my arm, 62 in my legs. There's really no particular reason why I have more in my left than I do my right. Both of these torsos are very important to me. LBX is important and the SRMs are important, but the SRMs paired with this LBX 20 is devastating. Very, very, very devastating. So that's really about it for this build. Enhancements, I've got cooldown, range, laser duration, heat, and velocity enhancements. Nothing too major here. Really, the best thing on here are the weapons here. Really don't need too many enhancements for it. Cooldown enhancements would be nice, but honestly my heat management is still pretty good with this. I've got enough double heat sinks. I've got a good pair of weapons here. The ER mediums are probably the hottest thing on here, because SRMs only put up 3.75 points of heat. LBX 20s put 6 points of heat, and that's the biggest weapon too, so not much heat for that. But it's definitely a good looking mech, very good looking, and we're gonna have a good match or two. I'm not sure, we'll play 1 or 2, I'm not sure yet, just depends. But we will get on the battlefield, and we'll see you guys there. But it's probably some time for some lore. Alright, Betty. What do you got, Betty? Betty, 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 Betty. Betty? Wait, are you there, Betty? Betty. She usually pops up by now. Where the hell is she at?
The Davian forces need you. Sign up today. Or die like a fucking clanner.
I'm here, Fuzzy. One moment. I am looking for the Sana report. Here it is. Let's begin. Today's course is on the Orion IIC. Since it was the chosen battlemech of the Great Father, the Venerable Orion has always held a special place in the mystique of the clans. Out of respect for General Kieranski's legacy, all the clans maintained the design for several decades, even as the development of newer and more advanced technologies increasingly left it less effective on the battlefield. Behind the scenes, however, only Clan Wolf dared to think about designing an upgraded version, convinced that neither Alakan nor Nicholas Kieranski would have approved of blindly following tradition at the expense of military progress. Debuting early during the Golden Century, the Orion IIC was quickly overshadowed as the Omni-Mech fast became the standard front-line mechs of all the clans. Despite this, the Wolves jealously guarded their rights to the design, refusing all trade offers and successfully defeating any trial of possessions attempting to acquire it, as they would for the Kieranski blood heritages, seeing the Orion IIC as tied to their honor as the guardians of Kieranski's legacy. Still produced in limited numbers during the clan invasion era, by this time the Wolves most notably used the Orion IIC as a visible reward for officers in second-line galaxies who were expected to soon advance to front-line units. Each Orion IIC is sent to its recipients with the compliments of the Wolves' Khan or Sar Khan. No warrior has ever refused such a gift, even if it means downgrading from an Omni-Mech or an Assault-class mech, and no other Wolf warrior would ever dare to challenge such a recipient for right to pilot an Orion IIC. While a number of the design existed in Clan Wolf, in XR's own second-line forces, almost as a gesture of reconciliation to their Crusader brothers, the exiled Wolves made no plans to manufacture the Orion IIC.
Alright, we are dropping into Frozen City in the Orion IIC, so I've got an LBX 20, 3 ER mediums, and 3 SRM6. It makes a pretty good brawl build, I'll tell you that. And, yeah, it's pretty good. So let's go ahead and, gonna head up this way, and usually when our team spawns here, normally the enemy team will always meet us up here, and it's just perfect because I'm glad it's not a different game mode. Hopefully this will be able to work out into a brawl, and I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, they are. Yep, we're gonna meet in the middle, so that's perfect. I was kind of worried at first. Frozen City, close range build. So we definitely want to get into range. Sometimes that is a problem.
There's a nice amount of cover up here.
But with this build, I mean, you get up close to these guys and really do some damage here. And with this build you can pull a high amount of damage, higher than normal. But it's the basics of a brawl build right here. LBX 20s makes amazing weapons for it, and as I said, using ER mediums or medium pulse lasers is always a good idea. I wouldn't go with anything heavier.
Target acquired.
Maybe a large pulse laser. That might be good.
New target.
Okay, looks like they are already pretty close, so we're gonna go ahead and get to the front of this line here. And as I said, once you go in, there's really no coming out. I mean, of course I can retreat, But alright. Oh, there they are. There is another Orion right there, along with a Battlemaster and a Timberwolf, and they are coming in hard here. We're gonna take some cover real quick. Dodge these LRMs. We just gonna hit that Timberwolf. Oh, and there's a Fafnir. We just pegged our Fafnir with the LBX and the SRMs. I'm trying to get this Battlemaster. Oh, there. Okay, there he goes. He's down. This Orion, though. The Fafnir was kind of hurt. Gonna peg that Fafnir. Oh. A Hunchback out there, too. That Orion, I'm really eyeing that Orion right there. Alright, we're gonna push this Orion. Oh man, I'm taking some hits from the left. I think the Battlemaster fell. We were gonna hit this Orion with everything we got. We just blew off his arm. Okay. Oh, and there's a Mad Cat. We're gonna peg that Mad Cat real quick. Going in, going in, going in. I'm gonna charge this Mad Cat. We're gonna charge him. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, his CT is open. And there we go. We just took down the Mad Cat. He was fresh there for a minute too. Walked right into the battle. There's also a King Crab, and we are going to charge the King Crab as well because why not? Alright, his back is faced towards me, which is good. We already opened up his CT. We are going in. We are going in hot. I'm going to give him all I have right here. And we got him. Just took out the King Crab. We quick. That went really fast. And it's good because I only have time for one match, so this is the end of that. And we're gonna do some cleanup here. And that is a good example of a great push right there. This Thanatos though, we're gonna give him some hell here. Oh, I gotta watch my heat though. Luckily my LBX will not put me over, or my SRMs. That was close right there though. Thanatos, those mechs will actually make good brawl mechs as well. Ooh, I just got hit pretty hard, but he's down. And yeah, we probably did a good amount of damage there. I know we got two quick kills there. I mean, basically Alpha Strike with this thing is insane. Yeah, 3 kills, 6 assists, 3 KMDDs, well over 700 damage. It was, oh man, that was a good brawl right there. Very good brawl. Very good match. Unfortunately, I have to end the video here. But thanks for watching, guys. This brawl build is a good one to use. If you have an Orion IIC, I suggest using the LBX 20s, 3 SRM6, 3 ER mediums, or 3 medium pulse lasers. Get in there, get it done. Have fun brawling. Guys, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Fuzzy Nova, out.